Hey, everybody. Welcome back to our 2 o'clock live chat. I'm Heather, and I am here for you guys each and every day so we can learn Luminesce. And there's so much. There's so much to learn, to see, and experience with Luminesce that it keeps us busy, doesn't it? All right. So here are the times that we are on right here. Make sure if you can't be on at these times, you can always go back and look, whether it's on YouTube or Facebook. We are on Facebook Monday through Thursday at 4 and then Fridays at 10. And so we give you every opportunity to come on board. So let's go ahead and look at, we always like to go over the basics of airbrushing and talk about our starter kits. This is our Icon starter kit. We also have Icon Pro, which looks exactly the same, except it's a different color. And it also has dual speed. We also have the Legend that is, it's a little bit bigger. It's shaped a little bit differently. And the great thing about all that, though, is you put it on the same way. Doesn't matter what the system looks like with Luminesce. The instructions are going to be the same. And so we give you the 2 bottles of foundation, and we give you the 2 bottles so you can color match 365 days a year, plus the fact this is your starter kit. This is your practice kit. So we want you to get this home and open it up and start practicing with it. We also give you the bottle of love and a bottle of blush. Now, this is what I want you to do when you are getting started. So as soon as you can, get it out of the box, start feeling that air across your face. The only thing you have to do once you get it out of the box is plug it in. That's it. And then when you turn it on, there's air that comes out. Now, the great thing about that is wherever the air is where the makeup's going to go. So you really can feel it. And it kind of takes, it's not like you're doing this blindly. There's triggers, there's feeling that you're going to pick up on to show you how you're doing and that you're applying it correctly. The one thing you want to practice along with those is the pulling back of the trigger, because you are pulling back very little on that trigger. This isn't traditional makeup. It goes on differently. So I want to make sure that that you know that going in. So, I'm like, where did something just happen? I just hit my mouse somewhere. All right, there we go. Hey, Jeannie, how are you? Hey, Patty and Candy, hello, hello. All right, so my eyes I left on from earlier today. I am going to do a little bit of the Velvet Veil. And with the Velvet Veil, even though there is a dropper, I actually, well, here, I'll show you in just a minute. I just take the bottle and do this. And that way I feel like I have a little more control over what is out of the bottle than just dropping it on my face. Hey, Jacques. Hey, Sonia. Hello, newbie. I love it. So, Sonia, tell us about yourself. Are you a newbie as far as waiting on the system, or are you a newbie that you just got the system? Tell us a little bit more. So that way, the one thing what I do in these live chats is we really cater them to the new people, because I want you to understand there is a learning curve. There is a little bit of a learning curve. So don't get discouraged if the very first time you use it, it's not perfect. You'll catch on, okay? The big thing of doing this is realizing it's not traditional makeup. Yay, Sonia just got her system. Have you opened it? I want to know. Have you opened it? That's usually the biggest step, is getting it out of the box. I'm going to put these back on so you can see these, because this will help you when you're learning. Well, dadgummit, when you're learning to airbrush. Okay. when you're learning, okay, I was like, this is labeled something else. And I was like, did I just pull up the wrong one? When you're learning, this will help you. So Sonia has not got it out of the box yet. So that is the biggest step. So get it out of the box. It does come put together. So the only thing you have to do is plug in the power cord. So as soon as you turn it on, there's air that comes out. There's no product being released. There's nothing happening, but just this air. And one, it feels really good. I have it on right now. You can tell like it's not a big, it's just a little kiss of air. Most people are like, oh, it feels so relaxing. And it really does. But the first step, just feel it around your face. Feels awesome. Put you to sleep a little bit. But it does feel amazing on the face. But when you're doing this, think of the fact that when you're doing this, when you feel the air, when you're concentrating on that air, wherever you feel the air is where the makeup's going to go. And you are going to move your stylus around. You can also start putting water in here and just practice with the water. That way it's not as intimidating and you can just start spraying your face, start pulling back. You're going to pull back super light on the trigger. And when you first start out, it's going to be lighter than that. Most people they end up putting it on like traditional makeup, and it is different. So, and you'll experience that. So we do ask that people do it 7 days. We call it the 7-day challenge. And we ask people to do it 7 days in a row, because by that 7th day, you'll have it down. But just know that if it's not doing what the infomercial said or what you want it to do, it's just something we need to tweak. So don't get discouraged and just have fun with it. All right. So let's go ahead and get started, shall we? I'm going to go ahead and Love is a hydrating illuminator. It is, oh, okay. I was like, did I miss a comment? It is a hydrating illuminator, and it is going to grab, I don't say shine, it will grab the light a little bit. And then we're going to apply some blush. I'm going to do Tulip Blush this time. And then I'll use my foundation. I'm like, which one do I want to go with today? Let's do this one. All right, so I have my Silk 4-in-1, and I'm shaking all my bottles up. Make sure you do shake your bottles up, especially if you haven't used them or if it's a product you haven't used in a while. You'll want to shake them up. I think this time I'm going to go ahead and apply blush first. Now I do the blush first because our blush is super high pigmented, meaning it is going to intensify. It's going, we say our blush blooms. It does come up a little bit. And so with the blush, you want to do it till it's almost perfect, where it's almost there. And because then it will get there. But doing it first, when you're first starting out, and this is just how I like to put it on, I put the blush on first, because if you do get what I call blush happy and the blush is too strong, when you apply the foundation, it's going to blend that out. Again, this isn't traditional makeup. So you're able to do a lot more with your airbrush than you would traditional makeup. So real fast, I am going to put some glow on, and this is a true highlighter. There's no shimmer, but I'm going to highlight underneath my eyes. Oh, is this that? Yeah, my highlight starting underneath my eyes and bringing it down. Remember to keep it 4 finger widths away. You're going to keep moving. You're not going to go in one spot twice when you're making that first pass, but there'll be overlap. So when I'm doing my eyes, I look up and I can angle my stylus down just a little bit so the air blows this way and not this way. So as soon as I pull back on my trigger and I feel the product being released, I'm moving. Bam, bam, bam. The moves are very slight. So you're not rushing through it. You're just very, easy going down. And then you're going to go back and get more coverage if you need to, right? All right, so I'm going to do just some little highlights. Now I'm going to apply my blush. Oh, Jeannie, you go through Love really quickly? That's awesome. All right, so this is our blush. This is Tulip. You might have another one. This our blush, again, super high pigmented. So I'm gonna make sure that that's the color I'm getting. When I'm doing the blush, I'm gonna bring it in just a little bit. So you might be like 3 finger widths away. I start my movement. I can feel that air. Now I'm going to start pulling back on the trigger. And I feel another little cool sensation, which tells me that the product's being released. But if you're practicing with water, things like that, you'll get it down. You can also practice on a Kleenex or a paper towel and start spraying your foundation on that. And then if you can spray that very evenly and not have any hot spots or streaks, then you know you have the airbrushing down. All right, so there is my blush. I'll apply it a little bit powerful, I guess is the word. Strong. This is a little strong, but just to show you how it's going to be blended when I get to my foundation. All right, so I'm shaking up my foundation. Hey, Chris, good to see you. I have the small bottle in here, but I have my foundation. Now this time, I'm going to put a couple of drops. I have the reverse of what everybody gets. I have the big bottle of Love, but then the small bottle of foundation. I'm going to put a couple of drops of Love in here as well. Reason I'm doing that, you can mix any of our airbrush products together. Love and our blush mixed together is beautiful, but you can even mix a couple of drops of Love in with your blush to change the finish, just to give you that little kind of lit from within look. And now, when I start the foundation, I'm going to make one pass. I make one complete pass, then I'll look and see if I need where I need more coverage. So you're not going to get full coverage on that first pass because that is how light you are spraying. Keeping it 4 finger widths away. I'm going to keep moving. Keep going. Okay, that's one complete pass. So now you can already tell in that one pass how this is starting to blend. This is starting to come together. And so to blend this a little bit more, I can focus on my cheek area, my nose where I need more coverage. And then, of course, blending it down my neck. I'll make a couple more passes here. But I'm going to have a little bit of luminosity because I mixed a couple of drops in with a couple drops of Love in with my foundation. All right. So there we go. Now, you can tell my foundation is a little bit lighter than my chest. We went through this earlier. But I love showing this because it shows you how versatile and how easy it is to correct. If I wanted to, I could go with a darker shade of foundation and just reapply my foundation if that's the path I wanted to go. Or, oh, Jeannie, you're so sweet. I'm going to take the Cut 1 palette. So with airbrush, you can do some airbrush. You can do some traditional makeup. When you're first starting out, really all I want you to worry about is your foundation. Just get the foundation on. Because once you get this down, this movement, everything else is so easy because it's the same application. It's the same movement. And so don't be overwhelmed by all the different products. Just get the actual airbrushing down. All right, so now I'm going to take the Cut 1, which is a highlight, contour and highlight, and I'm running my brush through all of, you can tell how much I use this, all of the colors of the contour, and I'm going to contour right underneath my blush. Just a little bit, not too much. Oh, I did drop some. And then now, my chin. And last hour we did this, was it last hour? We did this with airbrush. So again, you can do it all. So doing a little bit of contour or adding some bronzer, things like that, that's going to warm me up a little bit, where now it's all going to be where it ties in, where my foundation's not going to look as off, because airbrush foundation is very forgiving. It's super forgiving. And so when applying it, and being that it's super forgiving, there's always that wiggle room. It's not going to be drastic. Because remember, I've even started with shade 9 and everybody said, oh my gosh, it looks amazing, you love it. And I'm like, well, shade 9. I'm a shade 3. Right now, I'd probably be a shade 5. Just because I've been using the tanning tonic. All right, now I'm going to line my lips. I'm using our lip liners. They're so creamy. They're so amazing. You can use them as lip, you can fill them in and use them as your lip for the day. And I like to fill them in, even if I'm just using it as a lip liner, I'm going to apply something on top, just because I don't like that real precise line. That is one of my pet peeves, when you can see just that real fine lip liner. So I'm gonna fill that in. And this one is Stark. And then I can like I said before, I can wear this by itself, or I could even wear it with a lip finisher. I can put a lipstick on top. I could put a liquid lipstick on top. Anything I wanted to, I could put right on top of this as well. So there you go, guys. Hey, we're going to be back. Oh, thank you, Sonia. Sonia, honey, I promise you, practice. The more you have this in your hand, the more you're going to learn. And then come back to these lives. That's what we're here for. We are going to answer any questions. We're going to help you along the way. Even if you did it tonight and you come back tomorrow and was like, Heather, this happened, I'm going to walk you through it. So, and I always say this, but if I could go home with every single person that ordered a system, they'll love it. So this is the next best thing, that we are here for you. And any questions, I promise that you're not going through anything different we all went through the same thing. So just stick with it. But got to get it out of the box. Got to get it out of the box. All right. You guys are so sweet. Well, I'll be back. We have one more today. We'll be back at 4 o'clock and we'll finish our look. Again, I'll start over. I'll leave my eyes on. We'll finish the eyes and yeah, we'll keep going. All right. Sonia, I hope to see you back. Great to see everybody here today. And hopefully I'll see you back at 4. Okay. Bye for now.